Hey, what is going on everybody? Stefan here with another follow-along workout. Thank you so much for joining me in this workout today. I hope you're feeling good, feeling strong and feeling ready for our training session. We're going to be providing the resistance for our workout today with a single set of dumbbells plus our own body weight. Now this resistance training routine is designed for beginners to intermediates. You can of course make this more challenging in a number of ways, but I'm really aiming this for people who are just starting out, who are looking to add resistance training into their routine, get all the benefits that you can from resistance training, but in a safe and effective way. Now you'll notice I have a bench with me today. You could use a chair if you're in your living room, for example, but you want it something nice and sturdy and somewhere about shin height, knee height. And this is really because we've got one exercise where we're going to be doing a high plank position. And again, for beginners, this can be quite inaccessible if your upper body strength isn't where you want it to be just yet, or if you've got a big weight loss goal. So you'll see just how I'm using this bench to make this exercise easier to complete for the time frame, for the 50 seconds we're going to be working. You're going to get some amazing results and feel really good about it. So that's why we'll want our bench today as well. The routine is going to go like this. We've got two sequences. Each sequence is 3 exercises. So we're working for 50 seconds. We have a 10-second rest. We do that 2 more times, and then we have a 30-second recovery before we repeat that sequence 2 more times. And then we move on to our second sequence. All the exercises are going to be up on screen just before we get to them, but I'll run through them now for you. So we've got a split squat on the left side and a split squat on the right side, and then followed by our high plank with alternate arm lifts. Okay, and that is our first sequence. Our second sequence is going to be a step out squat, alternating sides. We've got a rainbow sweep, that's with just a single dumbbell. And then we've got our alternating curl to overhead press for upper body, for shoulders and arms. Okay, so that's our exercise sequence. I hope you've got your dumbbells ready, your bench ready, and no mat today. You can use a mat, of course, if you want to, but I'm not using a mat because we're not going to be lying down. But we're going to get into our warm-up now. So we're going to start off with our hands out and going into a nice smooth rotation, just moving those hands around the body. Breathe as it's comfortable through each of these movements, particularly the warm-up, just to let the breathing find what's comfortable. Now I'm turning, using my rear foot to pivot, staying nice and tall through the length of the spine, and just getting that rotation coming around as far as is comfortable. All right, from here, I'm going to bring my hands to one side. I'm going to reach up and over into a rainbow style fashion. This is going to be mimicking one of the exercises we've got today. And it's just getting a nice bit of movement through the side of the body, the ribs, the hips, the shoulders. Again, just breathing as it's comfortable through these. One more. Okay. We're going to go hands on hips now, feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to take our hips out into these big hip circles. You know, I really like this one. If you've seen my videos before, really good exercise. Always include this in each warm-up more or less, just to kind of really tune into what the hips, the low back are feeling, and to loosen everything up. So the hands just guiding that circular movement. We'll change directions now, around the other way, and you can plant the feet firm to the floor, or you can allow them to move just a little bit to help with that movement. Ever so slight bend of the knees. Again, the shoulders steady, the feet steady. It's the hips moving out and around, hands guiding that movement. So from here, we're going to go into a reach up and over behind, getting the shoulders working through that range of movement just as far as is comfortable. Again, breathe. Nice and deep, nice and smooth with those movements. We'll do one more on each side. Okay. From here, we're going to go into a squat position. So feet about hip width apart, sitting down into the squat, pushing the hips back and bringing the hands forward. I'm going to do this from the side so you can see this motion here. Stay balanced by letting the upper body hinge forwards. Even reaching with the hands as part of our warm-up here. And heels flat to the floor, chest up. Perfect. One more. Still from the side so you can see I'm going to step forward with one leg, reach down just as low as is comfortable, bending that rear knee. This is going to get into our hamstrings, that stretch. Again, just breathing as it's comfortable for you there. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Okay. So we're going to go wide with our stance. Feet turned out and bring one hand across to touch the opposite shin or ankle, or lower to the foot if that's comfortable for you. All right. Okay, 10 seconds. We're going to get into our first exercise. So dumbbells at the ready now. This is our split squat. Okay. And get a nice stable stance, down and up. You can match my tempo, my speed of movement here. Like I say, this is 50 seconds of work, but the emphasis is on control, time under tension. So not bouncing up or down with these movements. Breathing out as we get to that top position, chest up, dumbbells just at arm's length, and 15 seconds more. Good. Core engaged, navel in, draw that navel in toward the spine. 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds rest. Very good. Now the majority of the weight is on that lead foot, that lead heel, the rear foot up on the ball of the toe. Here we go. And down and up. Slow and controlled. So just using a set of weights that are right for you. Holding them in a tight grip at arm's length. Doing well. Majority of our weight over that lead foot. The rear foot just for balance. A little bit of weight bearing on that rear foot, but most of it is on the lead. Tall at the top. Less than 10 seconds. And here we go. Push through the heel and take a pause. 10 seconds. So into our high plank with alternate arm lifts. Again, using the bench. Feet wide. And here we go. 1. Exhale. With that lift. As you go out to the side. Up on the toes. Notice how I'm not dropping my heels back behind my toes. I want to keep my heels more or less directly over the toes. It's going to provide a bit more work for the ankle stabilizers, but also the core, the shoulders have more work to do if the shoulders are directly over the palm heels. 10 seconds. Not rushing through these. Palm heel solid to the floor. And excellent. So we have our 30-second recovery. And then we're going to go through that same sequence. So a lead split squat on the left, and then on the right, and then those high planks. So once again, you can see just how useful having that raised platform, the bench. Again, something nice and stable for your hands to grip. But it makes that exercise far more accessible. Still working the core, getting a great workout. Okay, just under 10 seconds, we'll get ourselves in position. And again for our split squat, here we go. Dumbbells in hand, down and up. Starting on that first side again. So we're keeping in sequence. Feeling the glutes, quads, hamstrings that power this movement down and up like a piston. Great exercise. Really emphasize control. Control over the speed, control over your posture, control over the range of movement. 10 seconds now. Again, that rear foot just providing the stability up on the ball of the toe, and that lead foot bearing most of the body weight. Excellent. Okay, just a little pause. And 3, 2, here we go. Stable and controlled. So we're timing the breathing and the movements together. Chest up, long line from head through to hips, long through the neck and shoulders. Dumbbells just held down at arm's length. Okay, over halfway through. Breathe. Controlled movements, controlled breathing. Doing well. Last couple of reps on this side. And excellent. Dumbbells down. Little shake of the arms. So once more, that high plank. Here we go. Palms directly under the shoulders and lift. So keeping the hips square, more or less, facing the floor. Wide stance. You don't want to have your feet narrow or too narrow for this one. A wider stance gives you a nice, stable, strong position. Feel the quads, the hip flexors, the abdominals, the obliques, the deep core muscles as well, and the chest, shoulders, and of course the arms, the triceps. Don't bunch up around the neck and shoulders. Stay long through the body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic work. So that's 2 down, 1 more of that sequence to go. 30-second recovery now. If you want to have a little sip of water, early in the day here, so it's not too hot, but it's definitely worth getting little top-ups of water, little sips. And breathe. Okay, 5 seconds, we'll get into our last round of this first sequence. Okay, here we go. Down and up. Once again, planting the majority of our weight into that lead foot. Probably about 80% on that lead foot, 20% on the rear. And just as low as is comfortable for you. We're working on a full range of movement. But you know your own body. And if you need to reduce that range of movement, then that's fine. Just work on the best quality that you can. And control the pace. Last little bit, 5 seconds left. A couple more perhaps. Excellent. Okay, 1 more on this side. 3, 2, here we go. And down and up. Now again, the heavier the resistance, the more intense this is going to be, particularly if we are slowing our movements down, working on that control and that time under tension. But I'd always advise you go a little bit lighter than you think you might need with the weights. You can always add more next time. 20 seconds. Even with body weight, this can be a challenging exercise, especially if you're starting out. 5 seconds left now. Down and up. Down and up. Whew. Okay. Short break. Back onto that bench for the last time with our high plank. Here we go. Feet wide and lift. Really get a nice long straight arm for that weight bearing arm. Resisting the twist at the hips. This is anti-rotation, so we're resisting moving the body. We're holding the body steady, up on those toes. And you can feel as you shift the weight from one hand to the other, the core working to control and stabilize the body. Long through the neck and shoulders, 10 seconds more. Long through the spine. Just horizontal with the arm as we reach out. And very good. Whew. Okay, first sequence done. We can go ahead and move that bench just out of the way a little bit. So, for our next sequence, starting off with step out squats, alternating sides, dumbbells in that racked position, and then onto our rainbow sweep, single dumbbell, and then our curl to alternate press, or alternating curl to press. Here we go, 5 seconds. 2 dumbbells or 1 if you prefer, and feet together, step, down and up, step, down and up. Dumbbells at shoulder height, palms facing towards you, down and up. And we're not dropping into this, you know, we're not using momentum, we're controlling our pace. I'm working slow and deliberate, stable with my step, get a good connection through that heel. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. 10 seconds more. Chest up, just as low as you can go. Elbows roughly down toward the knees, if that range of movement is available. All right, rainbow sweep, 1 dumbbell. Here we go, 2, 1. Again, not too fast. Breathing out to the left and the right. Feet planted to the floor. A little shift of the weight from side to side. And we're looking to the left and then looking to the right to really get that rotation through the body. Good. Arms long, just as long as you can work with. Bring that dumbbell up overhead. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. A dumbbell in each hand, alternating that curl press. Feet square, and off we go. Curl and press. Down, up, and down. So, taking care not to swing the body. The breathing will get under control. Following on from those squats and rainbows. Core engaged, that navel drawn in, body nice and tall. As I say, using a weight that's right for you. Better to go lighter if you're unsure. You can always add more the next time you do the workout. 3, 2, 1. Very good, well done. So, 30 seconds rest. A little sip of water or a brow mop as needed. Doing well, doing well. Over halfway, well over halfway. So 2 more times through that sequence. Again, starting off with our step out squats, rainbow sweep, and then again, that curl to overhead press. Okay, let's grab those dumbbells. 3, 2, 1. Feet together, step, down and up. Step, down and up. Slow. Use control. Breathe in time with the movement. Chest up. And good work. Sitting back into the hips. Good. dumbbells resting on the shoulders. Quads, glutes, core, and of course the arms and shoulders holding that racked position. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Rainbow sweep next. Doing well. Here we go. From one hip, up and over to the other hip. And then back. Good job. Long reach with the arms. Tight grip on the dumbbell. And up and over. Turn the body. Rotation with a little bit of side bending. You can have a wider stance if you prefer. More stable with that wider stance. Getting those shoulders, arms, and core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Shaking out the arms now. Dumbbell in each hand. And here we go. Curl and press. Control on the way down. Drive on the way up. But controlled throughout. And breathing out on the way up with the press. Good. Curl, press. And you can rotate the palm as you curl, or you can keep it into a hammer curl, what's called a hammer curl, a straight fist position. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. So just one more round to go. Doing well. And even without, hammering through these at a rate of knots, fast movement, we're going slow, we're focusing on quality, control, but still you can feel that cumulative effect, building up the cardiovascular work. So we've got 10 seconds more. Step out squat coming up. You got this. Just one more round. Here we go. Dumbbells in hand, feet together. Step out, down, up and together. At a pace that's right for you. Step, down, and up. Good. Always keeping that breathing in time with the movements. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Chest up. Again, core engaged, navel in. Weight into the heels. 10 seconds left. Tough one, this one. That weight bearing down in the arms. One more. Excellent. A single dumbbell for our rainbow sweep. Upper body next for the next 2 exercises. Here we go. And up and over. Breathing out to the left. Breathing out to the right. And feet stable, solid as a rock, planted to the floor. And turning the hips, the midsection. 20 seconds to go. Second to last exercise of the workout. And 10 seconds now. Good. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Just one more. Alternating curl to overhead press. Here we go. And curl to press, control, down, up. Now I tend to go with my feet a little bit closer together than hip width, just to avoid the dumbbells range of movement. Also challenges the core that little bit more. Back up nice and tall. And push. I'm going to turn for this last set. Just so you can see, I'm really trying not to arch my back. Keeping nice and tall. Full reach with the arm overhead. And done. Very good. Whew. All right. Excellent work. We're now into our cool down. Well done. That was a tough one. Let's go hands on hips. Check in with those hip circles. And breathe. All right, big circles. Again, the hands just guiding that range of movement out and around. Hopefully you should feel a bit looser, a bit freer through this movement than when we started. We'll go back the other way. And yeah, it's surprising how the cardio works with those exercises as we stack them up. Use controlled movements, slow, deliberate movements. Still get a great bit of work from the heart and lungs. We'll go into our rotation now. Get that movement out and around, turning through the body, through the feet. Tall and long through the spine. Just getting the ribs, spine, the hips nicely loosened off. All right, from a square stance, we're going to reach up with one hand and down with the other, and then switch. And that's going to create that stretch down the side of the upward reaching arm. That's it, we create that slight side bending by reaching down as well as reaching up. A little bit of extra side lean, and good. We're going to widen our stance, turn the feet about 45 degrees to one side, hand on the hip, on the rear leg, and on the lead leg we're going to reach down, try and get those fingertips just as low as we can, maybe to the floor, maybe not. You're going to feel that stretch on the inner thigh. We'll come up. We're going to do two more. Slow on the way down, the arm against the leg for a bit of balance. Deep breath in, and then come back up. One more, down we go. And good. Turning now to the other side. Again, arm against the leg for balance, legs straight if we can. Stretch is going to be the hamstring and the adductors on that lead leg. Coming back up. Again, the other hand on the hip. And hold it for a moment before we come back up. One more to complete the three. And just as low as you can. Great stuff. All right, if you're holding on to something, you can go ahead and grab the ankle, bring the heel up to the glutes, push the hips forwards to get that quadricep stretch. Right down the front of the thigh, where we were working those squats. And we're going to switch to the other leg. So once again, grabbing hold of the top of the foot or the ankle, and we're pushing the hips forwards as we bring the heel up toward the hips. Front of the thigh. All right, good. And we're going to finish with some shoulder rolls. So low to high, working from front to back, just opening everything up. All right. Fantastic work. Well done indeed. So again, a challenging workout there. I hope you found that has been useful for you if you are at that beginner stage, that the slow movements, the use of the bench there can make those exercises just right for where you're at. I hope this routine has been beneficial for you, has helped you work towards your goals. I will see you very soon in the next one. And in the meantime, take care of yourself.